What's up, everybody? It's your favorite return of your worst nightmares, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at KFC's Twincast, or whatever they decide to call them, with a couple tapes. And accessory-wise, comes with two heads for the pink fella, or gal, and the blue visor, just like Blaster did. If you want more details, we're going to be kind of skimming through this, because if you want more details, check out my Blaster review where I go over most of this stuff. And then two guns, one for each of you, for the cassette as well. And they are, you know, if I was a... Alright, this is on loan. Shout out to Tyler L. This is on loan to me from him. And I believe that these are painted. If they were mine, I'd scratch the handle, but I think that these are painted, which is surprising, but nice. Alternate head to be like the toy, and then the two bombastic speakers, they're identical. They operate the same way. We won't be looking at it here because I looked at it on the Blaster. We're just going to show the different transformation. We're going to talk about a few different things, and we're going to talk about these cassettes. Now, I know I said that I was done with cassettes. I understand that. I know I contradicted myself. Look, I don't need that now. But I didn't really plan on looking at this fella, but Tyler offered, and I said, sure, why not? So this is the Scorpion one. Looks like this. Great paint application. Little sketchy around the edges, but fantastic paint application. The red stripes, the oranges, they don't match, but it's still clean. And then the grays. Looks like just the blue and black down on the other side. Had to cut out, I said Tyler L's last name by accident, and I don't know if he wants that information out there. It was careless of me, and I want to make sure that I don't do him wrong. So let's try to transform this guy as a test. I haven't tried to do it yet, but it looks like these all come up on little baby ball joints. And then I see a hinge here, and a hinge here. A little red warning piece there. Looks like a stinger. And these two fold up here and tab in. Cool. And then these legs form this way on these little tiny ball joints. These are the pinchers, I'm guessing. This spins around like that. And then, can we figure out how to do these? So like that, maybe that's just the end of it there. And I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is really even based on. But it's, you know, for a KFC tape, it's not the worst. It's not the worst they've ever done. I can tell you that. I wonder if, yeah, okay, I got them upside down. There it is. There's little eyes. So we got articulation. We have a hinge. They're sitting on two basic swivels. Ball joint here, and then a hinge here. So that articulation's complete. And then a ball joint at the claw, and then the claw hinge. Same for the other side. The legs are all individual ball joints, and then one hinge at the first knee, so to speak, and then the tail, hinge, and then the little stinger you can point in a couple different directions too, I suppose. And that's him. This we've done this a few times now, but one more time won't hurt. We'll undo this, that, loose. Bring down the foot. That's already folded in for me. And the hands, fold these little pieces up. Just like all the other ones, like one is stiffer than the other. and then just kind of position it down according to the arms down, and put the legs in a position that looks good. And there you go. Articulation's identical. This joint is better than ejects, which we just looked at. This joint is not as good. These are all good here, good here, good there. So overall, pretty good. Feels light to me. I don't think this has any die-cast in it whatsoever. Let me get eject just to make sure I wasn't going crazy when I talked about it before. Yeah, this has still got it, and this doesn't. This is heavier, this is lighter. This does not feel as good. Paint-wise, it looks fine. I should have talked about that a bit before, and the paint looks good on there. You probably won't have the paint issues that you have with the die-cast on the plastic, but it feels like less because it is less, but it really feels like less, both physically, literally, and figuratively. Quick little update. I'm pretty sure that the gun does not that the gun is painted because it does not fit in the bot's hand properly. So that would lead me to believe that it has a layer of paint over top of it that's not accounted for with tolerance. Blaster, and you know, same. The difference is that this doesn't have the metallic paint finish, and I got to tell you, I don't like it as much. It's got this metallic in the plastic a bit, these specks, but it doesn't look as good to me as the now. Granted, the paint's not going to flick off on you, and that's a good thing. But it doesn't have as much of a presence. It really doesn't. There's also some issues with the white. So this is white plastic, and that's white paint. Doesn't match. Throws me off. That's a personal thing. I'm a paint guy. You know that. So if you're a paint guy, this is going to irritate you. You might not see it on the camera, but trust me when I tell you, this is going to irritate you. It irritates me. And outside of that, business as usual. Still good paint up in there, which is nice to see. And still all these panels doing panelish things. And he's already put the Autobot sticker on there. Open up here and untab. It's been a while, forgive me. Untab as much as you can and kind of just get it going. Bring the leg down. We'll do one leg at a time, if I can remember how to do it. Here, that comes around, right? And this comes around like that. This foot, oh yeah, okay, yeah. This piece comes open, and you got to work the foot around it. Bring this down, bring that in. Oh yeah, wrap this around, and then tuck that in. I still like that. Close that up, and then close that up on top of it. And then this heel spur comes out. There it is. Okay, other leg. Same basic principle. Comes down. This piece comes around like this. Tabs in there. Same thing on that bit. Fold that up. Bring the foot down and around. We can use our tool since we have it handy. Just a nail clipper, just because it's just what I had close, which is gross. Sorry, Tyler. Fold that up. Same thing. Down and in, and then wrap this around, plug that in, and I still think that's pretty cool. Got a loose joint. We're going to talk about that because I think that that's kind of important. We can unplug this gun, and we'll talk about that too later on, the difference, if any. And we'll get this barrel out. Boom. Okay. So then you can lift this butt flap up, and that should allow you to swivel the hips. Then you put the hips together and use this crotch piece to close it and keep it solid. Alright, let me raise the camera up. And we'll work on the arms. This I think was a bit more tricky. I can't remember. It's been a while. Alright. Open this up here. This is where you plug the speakers in. Oh, look at that. Those individually articulated fingers getting jammed up as you try to get this piece out. So there. Shout out to Drew. Alright. Now this folds. This is on a double hinge, right? Yeah, that folds down. That folds down. There. One done. And then we'll do the other one. Same type of business. We might leave this hand in if it doesn't pop right out. Of course, this one comes right out. Oh, wait. Nope. You know what? We're going to leave that one in, and we're going to show how the trumpet works. Close it up. Boom. Alright, on the back, slide these pieces forward, slide these pieces up, accordion this back piece in, open the hatch, take out the head, close the hatch, and you've got yourself a Twincast. So, we'll talk about these guns, same type of deal. It's just red plastic, no paint, which sucks. The barrel plugs in, and there you have it. I would imagine that he holds it just as well as the original, but just to be sure, he certainly does. Now we'll open that up and take that out. We're going to talk about articulation stuff because I think it's important to see how joints evolve from the use of a mold. So the head is on the hinge swivel. I got news for you. It works 10, maybe 50 times better than Blasters does. Paint on the eyes looks good, which is probably not. That might be paint. I'm telling you. That might be paint. I don't want to scratch your stuff, Tyler. The white looks good on the blue. Yellow looks good. The eyes look good. The head looks good. It does. Chest all looks good. Same bit of business there we've already looked at. Shoulders are on a universal joint. Swivel here. Hinge here. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow? Yes, but still only gets you 90 degrees. And then we have this. Let's see if I can't find the little speaker horn. Plugs in there. There you have it. Same on the other side. Then we have individually frustrating articulated fingers, similar to wacky weaving inflatable arm flailing tube man. And we have a ball joint there, which I think I put some stress on. I'm going to be very careful when I transform it back. Hinge, hinge. Ball joint at the base knuckle, and then followed by 2 hinges for each, so that you can do the rock on sign. And it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. That's why I don't care for them, among many other reasons, which we've already kind of touched on. So no need to really go in depth. Waist swivel works fine. Universal joints for hips. Nice ratchet out to the side. No problems. Ratchet forward. The hip skirts do move. The red on them looks good. Not the best. Not the best. Not terrible, but not the best. Thigh swivel, slightly above the knee. The paint in there looks good. The silver paint. Let's see if this one has that same problem. This one does not. This one works perfectly. Interesting, right? Knee, ratcheted. Get you 90 degrees at least. And feet. I have a useless rocker on this side. I mean, it'll work, but the joint is entirely too loose. And it's on a pin, it looks like, so that's unfortunate. And then you got a tilt as well, so that's good articulation wise per usual. We got some scuff on that paint there, KFC, and then the silver all looks fair, and the blue looks pretty good. And same on the other side. And that's this fella. So final thoughts wise, it's pretty much the same as before. You know, the worst thing for me is that I was promised that there'd be no more nightmares.
Oh, it's just a nightmare.
Anyway, the thing is here is that there's a mix of good and bad with this, right? So in terms of improvements and the opposite thereof. So the improvements is that paint's not flecking off, paint's not sticking to your fingers, all those sorts of things. The head moves better, it's not falling off of that hinge. And you get another accessory as opposed to just one. So there is all of those things. The negatives are that there is no finish paint on the blue, so it doesn't look as fancy. I know that sounds shallow in like it sounds superficial, but it looks more like a toy, if you know what I mean. And I'm not sure that you do, but that's the only way I know how to really describe it. It looks more like a toy. It looks less like a collectible, maybe. I don't know. But if you're a fan of this character, I think you'll be happy with this mold. I mean, it's still fine. In the transformation, like, it's a panel former, and some people feel a certain kind of way about panel formers, but I got news for you, I don't care. Panel former, shell former, parts former, I don't care. If it works in both modes, I'm in. And this still works. There are a couple things that are done better. There's a couple things that were done worse. But overall, it's still a fair purchase if you have a connection to this character. I have no connection to this character, so for me, it's not really worth it. I don't have enough interest in this character to seek him out. If he was a different character, maybe, but because he's like the reincarnation of Blaster after G1, I just don't care. If I have Blaster, it doesn't make sense for me to have Twincast on the same type of display, and I don't have a separate kind of post-American G1 display, so therefore it's not for me. But if you like Twincast, there is enough good going on here where it's worthwhile. These pieces here actually might rotate around. Yeah, they do. So there. Hope you don't have to delete a comment. But doesn't matter. It's still good. Still fair. You know, it's more of the same. There's nothing like, oh my goodness, can you believe the huge amount of improvements they made if they could have only done this? It's not like that at all. It's fine. A couple things are done better. A couple things are done worse. It's fine. But at the same time, there's nothing here that would say don't get it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the important thing. So I hope that helps. I'm not sure that it will, but that's the best way I can describe it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your favorite return of your first. Oh my God.